Hi. I love this game that he plays where he talks about, well, if I was president, here's all the amazing things I would do. I would bend steel with my bare hands. I would give every man, woman, and child a jetpack made of beef. That's what I would do.
Yes, exactly.
If I were president. Congratulate me. I'm the greatest. See what I would do if I were president and didn't lose after one term?
I can only listen to his sound bites by picturing your voice. You going, zibby-dibby-doo.
Jibbidoo, with that I almost said the F word.
Okay, don't.
With the Cheerio mouth, yeah. His mouth, you know what? His mouth looks like it should have like those stick-on googly eyes that go along with it.
Yeah.
Just a Cheerio and a couple of googly eyes.
It's like if you stuck two googly eyes above a cat anus.
Right.
That would be his.
Yes. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Okay.
Very accurate.
Chris wins. Yeah.
Chris wins for the,
Stop
for
there.
the moment. Bob, do you know how good the speech was by how much Baby was triggered? And Baby was triggered plenty down in the bassinet in Mar-a-Lago.
Should have been. Because that was a hell of a thing last night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen a State of the Union like that before, where a president actually negotiated with the Republicans
and won.
Rabbit season, duck season them into agreeing to never touch Social Security. That was an amazing thing.
That's exactly what
I
he
use
did.
that all the time, that rabbit season, duck season thing. But that's exactly what he did last night.
Yeah.
He got the rabbit season, no, duck season, fire. And that's what they did. Walked right into it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, like the sucker she is, like the idiot she is, took the bait right away, yelling with her Cruella de Vil ensemble, like liar.
Just created an entire rake factory on the house floor. Just a rake factory that they kept stepping on. Okay.
They're just so into owning the libs and the whole thing about let's go Brandon and just he's just a doddering old man who's senile and he's sunsetting and all the rest of it. Well, you know what? He just completely owned every single member of your congressional caucus.
Yeah.
All of them.
I swear to God.
It's just an incredible thing.
I feel like it also was part of it that he spent so long after the speech, so Kevin McCarthy had to stand up there
just wait,
looking
watching.
constipated and just, he can't gavel out until the president leaves. And Joe's just like,
Kevin
taking his
McCarthy,
time.
that is such a humiliation of Kevin McCarthy last night.
Yeah.
Lawrence O'Donnell's post-speech commentary was amazing because he's just like, well, Kevin McCarthy might as well go home for the rest of the year because he's just lost every budget debate that's going to be had between now and the next time they have to do it. Because, again, they just stumbled right into it.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about that is they will continue down that road today about how doddering Joe Biden is and how old Joe Biden is.
And ignore the poll that 72% of Americans, loved it. I mean, it's just because you have to think, like, we're partisan. So you go, okay, are we just, they always like reflexively ask each side what they thought, and it always seems so rote.
Yeah.
This is not both sides do it, right? It's like,
and as far as we know, was that spontaneous? Has there been any reporting as to whether or not he planned to paint them into a corner on Social Security?
No, I think the heckling caused it. I mean,
the heckling allowed him to do it.
I think it was spontaneous. I think he did that off the cuff. That's just Joe Biden, who has, as long as I've been alive, Joe Biden has been a creature of the Hill. I mean, he knows how Congress functions, and he knows which dials to turn to screw them up.
I said it reminds me of Lewis Black when like right-wing callers come for him when he's in studio here. And it's just like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, don't come for Joe Biden with your one brain cell. Right. She's like the dumbest, drunkest heckler at the Yuck Yucks, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly. He must have taken a big dose of gamma radiation before the speech last night because it was Brandon's smash for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well,
I love that.
As you said on Twitter, not on his side, Kevin McCarthy and Donald Trump created 30% of the current debt to benefit the wealthiest Americans. Now he wants poor and middle-class Americans to pay for it with punitive spending cuts. Well, that's what I'm saying. None of the facts or figures are on their side. So, all Joe Biden had to do is state. I mean, how else do you spin? What was the original? I don't even remember. 7% unemployment? We're 3.4? Yeah. Like, how do you
of course.
spin that any other way, right?
All of the major economic indicators are going the way of Joe Biden right now. But going to the speech last night, as soon as he mentioned that, as soon as he said, well, Donald Trump and the Republicans created 25% of the national debt, then they were all flinging their poop like the poop flinging monkeys they are and yelling and acting out and being little children instead of being, elected members of an exclusive club of just 535 Americans. I wish they would show it. I wish they would betray that. Or I wish they would portray that status that they've reached. But I'm okay that they didn't, because the entire world got to watch them act like idiots.
Speaking of polls, I mean, I know now we're citing this poll, but as you said, this poll showing like most Democrats don't want Biden to run, or young Democrats aren't going to vote for him. But you said this is the same poll that says Dems don't want Biden to run again. If it's not an outlier, let's not wait for the White House or DNC. As I've said many times before, the accomplishments are out there. We just need to circulate. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell this early on, like what these polls are about. When you see 60% of Americans, don't think he's accomplished much. When it's just, again, it's hard to even list everything he's accomplished. Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, given the stakes, what I would like every Democrat listening to us right now to do is, instead of tweeting about when are the Democrats going to improve their messaging, where's the Democratic messaging, instead of tweeting that all day long, tweet the message, tweet the things that he's done. There are memes. The White House is issuing graphics almost every day of all of Biden's accomplishments, and they are many, many significant accomplishments, including some of the biggest investment, or actually the biggest investment in mitigating the climate crisis in American history. That's significant,
exactly.
And that's just for starters.
Yeah, and student loan debt. I mean, and by the way, you tweeted back at Stephen Smith. You said, no one has a better chance at winning the White House than the person who already lives there. Let Biden and his family worry about his age, which should only be a thing if there are medical issues. And I agree. Yeah. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Once again, instead of renting our garments over Biden is old, how about spending that capital, spending that bandwidth on saying something positive about what Joe Biden has accomplished? And again, as long as he is interested in continuing to be president and he's up for another run for president, that's really up to him. That's him and his family and his doctors and whatever.
And isn't I was going to say, isn't it a perfect example? If Marjorie Taylor Greene apparently was dressed like the Chinese balloon, that's why she was wearing all white and had the white balloon.
Oh, really?
This is like you talk about all the time, just performative stunts, just trolls. Whereas, Joe Biden, how is that not an enormous victory? What happened, right? First of all, it went undetected 3 times during Trump. Biden not only detected it, they got no intelligence from us. We got all the intelligence from them. He shot it down. No one was injured. Waited till it was safe over water. You retweeted Rick Wilson said, so the decision to shoot down the thing was done on Wednesday. We monitor it, jammed its sensors, gained intel on its capabilities, waited till it was out of range where a crash could cause civilian harm, shot it down, and this is what's causing a million MAGAs to lose it. And you said Democrats, successful grown-up counter-espionage strategy. Republicans, knee-jerk explosions and poser macho pee-pants dancing. Thank you. That's exactly it. Yeah.
The ridiculous photos pointing their guns at the sky as though that was going to have any effect whatsoever. Let's say you could actually, from Arizona, Kerry Lake, shoot down a balloon that's over, say, Montana. Let's do the physics of that one. Let's chart that out.
Yeah.
Even if it was directly overhead, it was traveling at 60,000 feet in altitude.
Yeah.
The most powerful bullet in the world can only get as high as 10,000 feet if you were to shoot it
Malcolm
straight
Nance,
up in the air.
Malcolm Nance has some thoughts, as you can imagine, on this in just a little bit.
Yes. I'm absolutely positive.
If they shoot a gun in the air, they're more likely to hurt themselves than they are to hurt the balloon.
Yeah. I mean, Travis, go ahead.
Well, I mean, obviously, because you can't shoot down an airplane with a gun from the ground.
Right.
But also, they said that balloon, it weighed over 2 tons.
Yeah.
And it was the size of a regional jet.
Yeah.
If that would have fallen out of the sky, think about how much damage that would have caused.
Yeah. You
know what else? I want to know that picture of J.D. Vance. I want to know what undocumented worker split all that wood behind him. Because I know he didn't do it.
Yes.
He probably hired somean down at Lowe's or something and come over and split all of his wood.
For the record, my mom could do that.
I love that you retweeted Aaron Rupar says, asked on Meet the Press about reports that there were numerous Chinese balloon incidents during the Trump administration. Representative Mike Turner immediately changes the topic back to criticizing Biden. And you just said Republicans fell onto their own propellers with this one. I mean, as usual, they got way out in front of themselves trying to criticize Biden and then wah, right?
Yeah. Well, here's another big propeller for you. It was Rick Scott and Mike Lee who each proposed proposed sunsetting Social Security in all federal programs after 5 years.
Yeah.
And as soon as Joe Biden brought that up last night, whoa, no, like, no, we know, no.
No.
Of course.
By the way,
yes,
thank you.
Talk to your other guys.
And thank you for your fun facts on Twitter. You said the story of Shanghai Don, China's largest state bank, rented 3 floors in Trump Tower, begged Xi to help him win in 2020, Trump international offices in Shanghai, Ivanka granted 41 trademarks by China, China's spy balloons during Trump 3, taxes paid to China, 200,000, more than to the United States. Thank you very much. China bank account 1. I mean, and here we go. Oh, God, I know you love him so much. You know, the Hey Guys video.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, guy, Don Jr. You mean that guy?
Hang on.
Guys.
I just had to ask Travis about the stupidity of this tweet because he's just such a full-time douchebag troll and nothing they say is true. He tweeted, if Joe Biden isn't on China's payroll, first of all, you just shot all that down with the facts about, right? Who's on China's payroll? Anyway, if Joe Biden isn't on, why would he shut this Trump-era Chinese espionage program down? It's like Joe's trying to make it easy for them. He retweeted some headline from a right-wing site that says Trump created a DOJ task force protecting U.S. from Chinese spy balloons. Joe Biden shut it down. First of all, I don't probably think that's true. Right. And guess what? If it is, it's even worse for the Trump administration. You created specifically a task force to prevent what happened 3 times that you didn't even know about, right?
Right. Created a task force for something that he claims never happened and is a hoax. He said it was disinformation. The fact that there was a balloon over Florida and then another one over Texas, and there was a third one apparently during the Trump administration that he didn't know about because he was playing golf or tweeting or whatever he does in his spare time, hamburgers and all the rest of it.
Well, at least we have our what do you call it, Halloween costumes early. We are all going to dress as Sam Smith, as Satan holding Chinese spy balloons.
We're back to that again. Welcome to the era of the PMRC in the 1980s. Do we have to bring out D. Snyder again to set everyone straight?
It's a battle tipper gore.
Oh, God.
You tweeted, it's both hilarious and disturbing to me that anyone over the age of 6 believes in a fictitious character named Satan. Good job, true believers. You're selling tons of Smith and Petrus records. I mean, it's just...
Yeah. My question is, are they also concerned about gremlins and Klingons? I mean, if we're talking about ridiculous, fictitious characters that are out of a children's storybook, then fine. There is no guy named the Devil that lives under the earth in a pit of torture and death and hell. That's not. No. I mean, maybe if you're a 6-year-old. That's fine.
Exactly. By the way, thank you for exchanging show fluids with me once again, which we've been doing since 1903.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes.
The Johnson, Johnson Motor ad, and also Alex Jones, the soundbite, which is, fun
Awkward.
audio and also a new pickup line for my girlfriend.
Yeah, I've got so many clips of Alex Jones saying similar things.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to dig into my trove.
Oh, yeah. Eating Liberals' Ass, if you want to send that one, that'd be great, too.
Yeah, I've got a whole remix of that. Yeah.
And in addition to the Bob Cesca Show being essential, you cannot tell the difference between an Alex Jones soundbite and Bob Cesca doing Alex Jones.
This is true.
That's how good his Alex Jones is.
I was at Target and I yanked on my mom's pant leg and I said, "Mama." Sleep. Yeah.
Be honest. Do you use this with Kimberly Johnson? Or are you like, Kimberly, booby?
That's what I do. Just wandering around the house. I'll go up to grab a rope. Kimberly, Kim Johnson, you and your Kim Johnson. I can't do the bit because I can't say the word. Okay.
She says, Bob, get in here. I want to see you and your Johnson.
Mama,
and you're like, Kimberly, booby.
Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. I hope you'll join me on my new audio podcast, Justice Matters. I'll be using my 30 years as a federal prosecutor and Army JAG to unpack, break down, and explain the legal issues of the day, particularly where the legal intersects with the political. Please look for Justice Matters with Glenn Kirshner wherever you generally get your podcasts.